So, as promised, here's the arguably first mainstream train simulator, Microsoft Train Simulator. Microsoft Train Simulator was developed in cooperation with Kuju Entertainment, who later went on to build Rail Simulator, Railworks, and ultimately the modern Train Simulator, when Train Simulator 2 by Microsoft fell through. And you get all these routes that you can see here on Wikipedia, since the original website is no longer up. So you can drive trains in Japan, in the US, Britain, and Austria. There are some of the locomotives you can drive, or not. Some of them require a third-party cab. And what you can't see from this is that Microsoft Train Simulator also has scenarios, not just runs that you can drive, but also different challenges, which the user can build, actually. So that wasn't an innovation for train games, because Train Engineer had it. But for proper simulators, it was. And you can see there that it was updated at one point. I have the most updated version. There are various add-ons that you can buy or download for free, depending on what it is. And they're still available, even though Microsoft Train Simulator per se is no longer produced or supported by Microsoft. OpenRails is a modern alternative if you want to use older content on newer computers, although Microsoft Train Simulator still runs on my computer, actually. So there are some sources that are mostly still up you can get from Wikipedia. And here's 3D Train Stuff. They're a third-party developer. Their website is still up. And they still develop add-ons for Microsoft Train Simulator and OpenRails today. My understanding is that increasingly they're developing for OpenRails specifically, since Microsoft Train Simulator is becoming less and less relevant as time goes by. But it has enough support in it for some really, really nice scenery and sound and all kinds of things. It was, if not the best simulator available at the time, it was still very, very good and very widely available. You didn't have to search around the internet for a download. It was a commercially produced product with full Microsoft support originally. And you can see the screenshots here, indicating that it was awfully nice. Bookmarking the page there. I don't want to lose this. I might buy some of this stuff. You never know. I could buy some of it and play it through. Railserve is a much older website that's not just about train simulation, but they have an add-ons section for Microsoft Train Simulator still, even though there's not a lot on it. To be fair, it used to be much easier to get add-ons for Microsoft Train Simulator, which would have made sense when it was a current simulator. Most of these are extensions of what's already in the simulator, making built-in content playable, whereas it wouldn't have been. I'm actually going to drive this high-speed route because the section from Kassel-Fulda was built by Aerosoft, who normally built add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And you can criticize it in some ways, but it is a awfully nice piece of work. This, of course, is about the high-speed line as a whole in real life. This is not a page about Aerosoft's simulation of it. So Wikipedia often will make, or rather their community will often make very good pages on particular rail lines. They have these London Underground style route maps, you can see over on the right there. You can see Fulda below, and then I'm scrolling up to Kassel. Kassel-Wilhelmshöhe is the modern station. Hauptbahnhof still is there, but it's not used for ICE traffic and is not simulated in the add-on for Microsoft Train Simulator. I have considered adding it, but I found that the route editor built into Microsoft Train Simulator, seen here, is very awkward to use by modern standards. I'm going to demonstrate it here very simply. I'm not going to actually do anything. I'll just explore the route. And you can see it doesn't screen capture very well. You can't really capture the window, and you can't really capture the monitor correctly either. But just to get an idea, you can use the right button on the mouse and the arrow keys and the shift key to move yourself around, but it's very tricky. They start you at the origin of the map, which by itself is a slightly hard concept to understand because you don't know where the developers put the origin necessarily. It's not always logical. So you have to look around and see if you can spot any scenery objects, and then you move towards the scenery objects, which you might not always be able to do. You might have to explore quite a bit before you can actually find the line. But here you can see some trees over in the distance, so I'm going to go over to the trees and find the line. This is a very, very awkward interface, and I think that this was a major advantage of Auron Trains when it first came out, is that if you had a powerful enough computer to run the editors, Auron Trains' editor was far, far, far better. You could build very large layouts very easily. It was more a matter of time and effort than of fighting with the program. But with Microsoft Train Simulator, I think this editor is very clunky and very hard to navigate. Just the view tools alone are less than ideal. The scenery looks awfully nice, but, you know, that's a whole other discussion. Those trees are pretty good. They're actually more detailed than a lot of the trees for Auron Trains. There's one of the bridges on the route, which will be in the playthrough. I'm not sure what's up with those red boxes. Those might be for sound effects, possibly. Environmental sounds. Kuju Entertainment were the contractor that developed most of Microsoft Train Simulator, so they're worth a look. Microsoft Train Simulator was their first major game. They also worked on later versions of Guitar Hero and House of the Dead, so they're pretty important. But it's interesting that Microsoft Train Simulator was their first major project, and when Train Simulator 2 was canceled, they went off on their own and developed Rail Simulator, which eventually evolved to be Railworks, which eventually evolved to be the modern Train Simulator, which doesn't carry the Microsoft brand name. It is a completely new program. It's not compatible with the original Microsoft Train Simulator the way OpenRails is, but it is, at least visually, a very attractive simulator, and every year a new version comes out. So that's the version from 2012. If I can find a version that will run on my computer, I will also play through the modern Train Simulator. The newest version from 2017 is too heavyweight to run on my computer, though. Here's the website for OpenRails, which can run the old content. I will hopefully get this running and play through this as well. The advantage of this program is that the content for Microsoft Train Simulator is preserved for posterity. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you in the next video when I actually play through Microsoft Train Simulator.